Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Donald Trump called the UK's Chagos Island deal an act of great stupidity and now has shot it down in flames. Take a look at this.
This is the breaking news that Sir Keir Starmer has been forced to drop legislation that would cede sovereignty of the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. The Times being told and reporting, and this will be the front page story tomorrow, that a bill underpinning the deal will not be included in the King's speech next month after the US President branded it an act of great stupidity.
You might have seen the headlines. Donald Trump supposedly called Keir Starmer's UK-Mauritius deal an act of great stupidity, causing a diplomatic crisis. The story featured a furious president, a massive £35 billion price tag and a firestorm that stalled the crucial agreement. It's a dramatic tale, but the media focus on Trump misses the point. The real story isn't about an invented transatlantic meltdown, but about the catastrophic misjudgment by Keir Starmer's government. So what's the real story behind Keir Starmer's Chagos Island deal, and why are the actual stakes so critical? So let's get the facts straight. In October 2024, Keir Starmer's government reached a so-called landmark agreement to cede sovereignty of the Chagos archipelago to Mauritius, abandoning a key principle of British foreign policy. And let's get this right, Mauritius never had anything to do with the Chagos Islands. They never asked for it back. Starmer just decided to give them it back, along with billions of taxpayers' money. In exchange, the UK secured what Starmer claimed was a vital strategic asset, a new 99-year lease for the critical joint UK-US military base on Diego Garcia. And this was supposedly a calculated move, but it has backfired spectacularly. And that staggering £35 billion figure, it's enabled the Chagosians to be free from paying tax for the next 12 months. Now, while the story of a Trump-induced crisis was overblown, the deal sparked intense debate for good reason. The core criticism isn't about a diplomatic spat, but about a long-term strategic threat that Starmer has personally enabled. For example, China. Critics argue that by handing sovereignty to Mauritius, Keir Starmer has given a strategic gift to Beijing. Mauritius has increasingly close economic ties with China, and the fear is that Starmer has opened the door for China to establish intelligence outposts or even naval facilities on the outer Chagos Islands, right on the doorstep of America's most sensitive military hub. Starmer's government insists the deal has robust safeguards, but worries persist that he has traded a legal headache for a much more larger geopolitical risk. And no matter what safeguards Starmer guarantees us, you cannot trust the Chinese in any deals. So, what about Trump's great stupidity comment? It did happen, but the context reveals the sheer incompetence of Starmer's government. His outburst came on Truth Social in January 2026, long after the deal was agreed upon and initially supported by the US. Starmer's failure to secure a locked-in agreement with the American counterparts caused the deal to be temporarily paused in the UK Parliament, as his government was forced to admit it couldn't proceed without US support. This reflects the shambolic and amateurish nature of Starmer's diplomacy. The situation was one of diplomatic whiplash caused by a failure of leadership, not a sudden explosion. So the story of Chagos Islands deal is more complex than a simple Trump-driven meltdown. The deal was a reckless and controversial gamble by Keir Starmer, designed to secure the Diego Garcia base, but failing to account for basic geopolitical reality. The real debate isn't about a non-existent diplomatic firestorm, but about the very real strategic gamble of Starmer handing sovereignty to a nation with growing ties to China. The deal's future now depends on navigating US politics and the great power competition that Starmer has proven incapable of managing. The central question is whether his agreement was a masterstroke of diplomacy or an act of strategic self-harm of historic proportions, orchestrated by Keir Starmer. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Before you go, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. It just enables us to be able to keep producing content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.